Hey, what's going on, everybody? Wow, I was thinking that was some glitch, that inverted thing, but I guess it's not. Hope everyone's doing well today. For those of you guys aren't quite acquainted, I'm RedEyes, your ever-lovable and adorably cuddly caster, bringing you that daily dosage of butt-kickery, tomfoolery, and all-around shenaniganism. And for those of you who are just now getting here, welcome to round one of my very own RedEyes $450 Dead in December tournament qualifiers for Group A, brought to you and sponsored by Glacier Gaming and Honor of Gunland. We got a stack lobby for you today and 3 rounds of action, mayhem, and strategy coming your way. So we got the Lycans, Aurora, God Level Bots, Just, Black Z Soul, Road to Death, Nucleotide Vendetta. We've got Gravity, we've got Noxus, we've got Masatos Esports, One Blood Esports, Wings on Fire, I Esports, Zero Remorse Kids, Old Gangsters, Control, Sinister, Prolific, Redemption, and 4 Bros. So I'm expecting action right off the bat. And of course, we are going to be kicking things off with, you guessed it, a Erangel here. 1 second, where's my SM7B source here? Oh no, there it is. Okay, yeah. What needs to be said about Erangel? It's basically the off-bred love child of Sandhawk and Miramar, because it really is the perfect middle ground between those two extremes, which does leave it fairly reliant upon the flight path to determine what sort of early game we end up getting. And I'm going to go give you guys a look here. It looks to be perfectly central. I just need to go close my door and we'll get it going. Love it when you can't find the things you're looking for. Story of my life. Well, anyways, it does look to be a decent spread, and we already getting some early jumpers. It looks like we got members of Wings on Fire, and they're going to be jumping northbound alongside members of Gravity, and they're probably going to be duking it out potentially for that Melt of Power area. However, we do look to the outskirts of between Ruins and Roshawk. Why? Because we got members of Black Z Soul alongside God level bots. Now, whether or not that's going to mount to a confrontation is yet to be seen. But here we do have confrontation already. It's going to be members of Redemption. They're working, trying to get some distance shots on the Lycans. The Lycans are just swimming in a pool of Aurora members. So, only time will tell, but this does look to be an altercation in the works. Oh, man. Goodness gracious. Well, got Lonely just kind of biding his time. Javi holding a little bit of position as well. Already equipped with the SKS UMP combo. The SKS may be more so for necessity, more so than preference, but that's all right. Having 2 guns this early in the game is pretty important, but as you can see, Javi does not have much in terms of armor. Got a level 1 helmet and no vest whatsoever. We got members of Prolific not far off from just to their north, but I don't know if that's going to amount to something. But here we have another altercation working right now. It's God level bots against the likes of I Esports. All right, this is that moment here where we've all seen the standoffs at Watertown and how they can drag on for some time, but this is not going to be one of those situations, as Ilodic was immediately wrecked apart. Okay, I was about to say, what? Yes, it is. All right. So he's going to be down for the count, and whether or not his teammates will be able to secure a revive yet to be seen. It is a possibility considering all the cover that Watertown can afford, but regardless, anything is up in the air. If they had that line of sight on you, they very likely could have been able to secure a thirst as well. So for those of you who are just now tuning in, this is round 1. All right. As you can see, Aratrus trying to scope in at members of the Lycans. Got a 4x UMP aimed in at Moon. Not able to quite catch a line of sight. However, it looks like Road to Death is going to be doing some work off in the distance. Getting a knock on somebody. And it looks like Sanana is It's an Nana. It's got a little bit of a utility throw. Going to try to make it rain hellfire on him. Not getting quite lucky there. However, taken down in immediate retaliation. Prince trying to add on and finish what she started, but whether or not this is going to happen. Ooh! Nicely done. Prince retaliates as his second teammate is taken down, but he barely has any health left. Literally just a sliver. And that boom goes to the cheek. That was almost to be expected right there. Well, that's going to leave everything in the hands of Darby, and that is a wrap. Just like that, the Lycans, just like that, goodness gracious, whoever they were up against. Zero remorse. 4 kills. Already on the board. Not bad. And that's going to put Road to Death as the first team out. But look here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a love triangle forming. It's not just members of ICE Esports. It's going to be Black Soul coming to join the party, as well as Godlevel Block. Ooh, it looks like Javi has just been taken down right there and then. Ooh! Tsunami taking a huge hit and is quickly taken down at the hands of an IE Sport member. Sorry guys, you're going to have to forgive me. I just got a brand new PC. I'm very, very new to it, and all these settings. This is my first PC in 4 years, but oh, Reckless going in and getting a takedown right there and then. Masato's in a little bit of a conundrum here, getting taken down by NEXT off in the distance here. So, what is it going to be? As you can see, Masato's crew not having the easiest time with calling down, but they might be able to stick that revive. Well, it does not look to be the case just yet. Next is still down for the moment, which is going to leave things riding on Lolo, Darkido, and Colin. You can see Lolo going to try to shroud themselves in a little bit of a cloud of smoke here, get what little cover they can. Try to get a revive on Next because their other teammate Colin is out for the count, it looks like. And oh, Next is as well. And oh, goodness, Lolo wrecked apart. That was unfortunate for them. Very impressive, though. Alright, we got members of Nucleotide Vendetta here. Marioso, Kabir, Joganor. They're all pretty close by their opponent, the last remaining member of Masato's, which is going to be Darkido. He's just going to be holding position. Hey, thank you so much, Sunny Sunset. I appreciate you. Hey, Lucky, how are you? Naruto, do you know the name of the plane you jumped? I don't know. All right, the Lycans going off in the distance. It's going to be Lifeline getting a takedown. However, taken down in immediate retaliation via the UMP, which is going to leave things riding on Pokey and Lonely. Moon, as we all know, has been eliminated early on. All right, Lonely right up here in the mix. And look at this. He's utilizing the punch glitch, but the punch glitch is no longer here, my friend. That is long gone. Yeah, I'm just going to get this off the board. All right. Well, if that's not going to be the case, then we still are going to go down and check in. Oh, he's out of there. Nucleotide has eliminated the final member of the Masato's. He's out for the count. All the while, it looks like members of Aurora have been facing quite a conundrum, leaving everything riding on Electrify. And that's like 4x M4 firing away at his opponents in Redemption, but he is just outnumbered, outmanned, and outgunned in this situation. My goodness. Boy, this is not good. All right, well, Nuxify is going to be able to heal up. It looks like members of 4 Bros going to be driving northbound, and they're going to run right into members of Old Gangsters if they're not too careful. And Lar is going to be able to get right on by. For some reason, it did not look like Old Gangsters even engaged until a little bit late in the game. Or late in the altercation, I should say. Hey, Alex, you wanted me to redeem a kiss? All right. Sorry, I don't have any of those images and video things uploaded on this new computer yet. But if you guys do want to see what I'm working with, I can give you a little glimpse. Oops. Okay. Webcam, where are you? Ah, there we go. So, just a quick little glimpse here at what I'm working with on my brand new PC. She is a beauty, my friends. She is very vibrantly bright. I'll say that much. And extremely powerful. I don't know much about PCs, but this was something I had people kind of help me out with, and I'm glad I did. So, what to tune into for this brief little intermission? It looks like we got a little bit of downtime, and that's to be expected on larger maps, ladies and gentlemen. Larger maps are going to be 2 out of the 3 maps that we're going to be working with today, so we are going to be left with a couple moments of downtime, bits of pockets of silence, you know, bits of in-between time, but that's all good because you know what I always say is a more passive early game always directly translates to a more action-packed and climactic mid or in-game, so it's going to be worth the trade if you ask me. But goodness gracious. You guys are going to have to forgive me. I just need to step away for, I mean, if I don't find this, it's going to be a big problem. So give me just a brief moment, but for the moment, we're going to go tune in to Smudges and Cornbread of Prolific. My sincere apologies, ladies and gentlemen. That has never happened before where I just need to immediately get up and step away. But that was kind of a time-sensitive issue. But for the brief moment, it does look like we are left with a small amount of downtime here. And that isn't going to be too elongated, I wouldn't think, just because the zone is about to shift. And ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, as the match progresses in PUBG, once that zone shift happens, you know, the players are going to be left with less and less options in terms of where to occupy, less space, which is going to lead to more action. And on top of that, the zone is going to start hurting considerably more, more even than an average match, because anyone who knows anything about my event, I speed everything up and I boost all the damage as well as boosting the loot. So maybe I think we're going to switch over to the Lycans, which at this point has been reduced down to half of their original starting squad. It's all going to be riding on Lonely and Pokey here. And they're going to be using the separate vehicle approach to getting awfully uncomfortably close to members of Redemption, it looks like. But not just that, kind of swimming in between a rock and a hard place, because it looks like on their other side they got members of Noxus. Oh, you don't have to apologize, Hunter. I appreciate you being here, bro. That is a nice PC. Thank you, Naruto. I appreciate you. Okay. Well, I think we're going to get eyes on Pokey here for just a moment, because he is driving right up in the thick of it, right next to 4 Bros. And 4 Bros is going to be in at least attempting to engage. It looks like they got 1 or 2, 3, 4 bullets on the vehicle, but no such damage to Pokey. Maybe a little smidge. I didn't see if he was already damaged before that mattered. But he gets himself to a new compound here, just outside on the outskirts of school. But his closest threat is no doubt going to be members of Redemption off to his west. But all the while, we have another thing brewing. It's going to be members of Wings on Fire, and they are going to be in immediate altercation with the likes of Control. Oh, Dakota firing uphill. High ground was not his, and he was a little bit outnumbered there, and immediately wrecked apart, which is going to leave Wings on Fire riding on 1 member only, and that's going to be legal. I'm going to go desperately trying to get to a position of safety here, a little bit more ways away from that confrontation, and understandably so. At this point, he's definitely going to need to change up the strategy, dialing things back from that all-out aggressive, a little bit more to a conservative standpoint. I don't want to go as far as saying passive, but conservative may be the right word here. Just trying to let those numbers dwindle down and secure a better placement for him and his team so they have a decent shot at advancing. And ladies and gentlemen, while we do have a brief moment, I do want to go over the format as it currently stands. So we have 20 teams competing. Of those 20 teams, actually 4 will advance as we change the structure. So that's 3 rounds of qualifiers. So again, 12 qualified teams, 8 invited Tier 1 teams for the finals, where they're all going to duke it out for a $400 first place prize and a $50 top prize. Ooh, old gangster Shelby getting a nade on Redemption, who's off in the distance. Redemption now going to be riding on Corbear and Sensei here. This is going to be a little interesting to see how this works for him. Sensei just trying to hold position. It looks like Katri is a little bit closer to the altercation here with Corbear. And yep, Shelby and Star going to try to go secure a thirst. Great shots there by Corbear, damaging the second guy, but not quite enough for the knock in this potential scenario here. But it looks to be that his other teammates, the other teammates from Old Gangsters are joining their teammate here. And yes, they are going to try to make it rain hellfire on the rooftop, keeping the pressure on Corbear. And boy, he is taking quite a hit from that last nade. And boom goes the dynamite. All too literally, he is down. Okay. That's going to leave Sensei and Sensei alone. And I guess that is that for Sensei. Immediately taken out as well. So, briefly, where should we tune into? Guys, we are very, very quickly being reduced down to almost half of the starting members here. And I think we're going to go get eyes on members of Sinister. We see Turbs here just trying to move on by, but he's got zero remorse off to his northeast. Whether or not he knows about it, yes, you can bet his butt he knows about it, because they are firing at him as well as his teammates. And now they're driving in between multiple teams, kind of getting in the middle of a love triangle between Just, Noxus, and Aurora. Aurora might be a bit preoccupied at the particular moment, as it is just a Nuxify, and he is right up in the mix. His closest threat would have to be off to the side, members of Nucleotide Vendetta here. We see Avi and them not far, very much sandwiched in between 4 bros and the likes of Zero Remorse kids. A Nuxify able to get a takedown off in the distance. Not that far off in the distance, though. And it does not seem like he's going to be able to secure a thirst from there, and I don't think that's his priority, really. I think it's more trying to hold him off at bay and maybe give a little bit of warning fire there. Alright, guys. Let's see here. I'm going to switch my attention immediately over. We're going to divert our attention over to Noxus. It looks to be Blizz, Kirby, and Durkio. They are in the middle of a love triangle for sure. We got Just in front. Behind them, Sinister, and above them, members of Old Gangsters. At this point, the teammate Wishes is down, but they very likely should be able to secure a revive on him, given their positioning. However, Blizz not leaving too much to chance here, not taking any obvious risks, as he knows that members of Just are not far off, and they could be advancing, even getting a line of sight from the window if he were to stand up. Thank you for the raid, Bella. Hey guys, I appreciate you. Go to Twitch. Firing away, trying to get a takedown on members of Black Soul. And Black Soul going to be riding on Blink, and Blink desperately trying to get to a position to cover, being shot down to almost about half health there, and he is going to be right in the middle of it, and the thick of the action catches up to him, and boom, he goes down. All right, once again, on the Lycans, at this point, Pokey, one of 2 remaining members, trying to retaliate onto his opposition in Gravity with some utilities, but actually, it's going to be Molly's thrown back in retaliation, and he's going to take quite a heap of damage for them, but it is not going to be a push, and so he will be able to heal up while they secure their revive. And look at him go. Pokey coming right through the smoke. Very aggressive, very intelligent. I like it. and he is going to get the takedown. He's now responsible for 1 kill and the team's 3rd. Maybe, yeah, maybe, I guess his teammate got that 2nd one. It looks like the Lycans are going to be facing off with members of Noxus here. Noxus is going to be riding, or pardon me, Gravity. I apologize, guys. Gravity. Gravity up against members of Lycans at this point, Lonely and Pokey. Pokey, oh my goodness, poor Bro's Beast nading himself, unfortunately. And, oh, what a long time for it, but luckily he does have a little bit of space for his teammate to get that revive. We're going to go God's Eye here, because it looks like members of Prolific 4 are going to be driving right on by, just getting takedowns on Sinister as we speak. So let's go see what's happening with that. That's going to leave everything riding on Waffles and Lens, as Exodus is also taken down in this altercation with Just at this point riding on May and Jakun. It looks like their teammate Cutie has been knocked. Whether or not they can secure a revive is yet to be seen. Hey guys, thank you so much for being here. 25 viewers, pretty good. And also have fun on YouTube. Thank you. But guys, if you are watching on YouTube, please come over to the Twitch. The only reason I keep that there is so I can keep it for my portfolio. But let's see. Noxus. At this point, Blizz is down, not with a likely revive in hand, so he's probably out for the count. All the while, the old gang is firing inbound at members of One Blood Esports. One Blood hanging in there. It's down to Linglong and Mr. Joker. Linglong is down. Mr. Joker is now the last hope here, just trying to remain hidden, being a sneaky snake, but still being spotted off in the distance. I mean, his shotgun is very low health. He tries to retaliate. It's a last-minute ditch effort from the ground. He does get a knock on Shelby with it, though. But ultimately, it's going to be Shelby's teammate, Akam, coming in and saving the day. He will potentially be able to get the revive on his fallen teammate, ideally before Just rotates in northbound. All right, guys. And just like that, we are down to 6 teams remaining, spread across 14 people. Already, Noxus and... Well, Noxus is the only one that holds the zone so far, but basically Lycans and Old Gangsters are going to be pushing in there very shortly. Oh, man. Just Jakun, the final remaining member for his team, right up in the thick of it, just by members of Sinister, trying to shroud himself in a cloud of smoke, but is it enough? He does go ahead and exemplify the importance of utilities that I want to bring up, guys. You cannot put enough emphasis on having nades and smokes at in-game, especially at this level. Boom, he is out of there. It's going to be a 5 teams remaining here. Limbs trying to do some spray and pray nades here. Oh, goodness. Pokey getting a knock, but immediately taken down in retaliation. It looks like it's going to be riding on Lonely here to carry on the name. Will he be able to do much there? It does not look like he's going to have too much trouble. As long as he smokes, he should be able to get his teammate up behind that boulder. However, the Old Gangsters may potentially catch a line of sight from behind. I do like the Old Gangsters' position, doing a 2-2 split in this situation, utilizing a lot of advantages and disadvantages. The advantages, you're not all going to be taken out in one spray. The disadvantages, if, you know, 2 of you are taken down, the odds of your teammates way over there being able to come help, a lot slimmer. Hey, thank you so much, honey. I appreciate you. Let me go ahead and thank you. I really do appreciate you gifting that sub. I do apologize. I don't have the notification set on in the Dead in Month tournament scene, just because it can go pretty repetitively and get on people's nerves, especially at like the higher level. Well, Lonely does get a takedown from Kirby. I don't even know when I switched over to that. I have no idea when to switch over to that. I don't know if we've been doing that for a while. I'm sorry, guys. Again, this is a brand new computer, and I don't have my Stream Deck set up for it yet, so I'm doing everything manually. Well, look at this, guys. Noxus is found himself in a bit of a conundrum. He knows exactly how many opponents he has, but they know that there's just one person left, and he is spotted. Old Gangsters coming in and annihilating them. And what they didn't do, the zone did. No one has a higher KD than that blue zone. But as it stands, ladies and gentlemen, Old Gangsters taking first place with a whopping 17 kills, annihilating literally over a quarter of the playing field. Noxus going to be holding second with 6. Third place goes to the Lycans with 8. We got Sinister grabbing 4th with 3. Coming in 5th, it's going to be 4 Bros with 3 kills between Beast and Laurie. We got Just Esports in 6th with 4 kills, 3 of which came from May. 1 BES is going to be One Blood Esport, and they're going to be taking 7th with 1 kill from Ling Long. 8th is going to go to Aurora, and that's going to be with 3 kills. Coming in 9th place, it's going to be members of Prolific 4, but with 0 kills to speak of. Velocity securing 10th, but with 0. GLB is the God level bots in 11th with 3 kills. All 3 came from Eagle. We got members of Zero Eye, I think it's Zero Eye, in 12th place with 4 kills, 3 of which came from T2YO. We got Zero Remorse themselves in 13th with 7. Coming in 14th, it's going to be the Black Z Souls, and that's going to be with 1 kill from Reckless. Nucleotide Vendetta in 15th with 9 between 3 players, not bad. 16th is going to go to Wings on Fire, but with 0 kills. Redemption in 17th with 2 kills. Coming in 18th, it's going to be Control. However, Control entered this match as a 2-piece, and you need to have at least 3 members to be scored, and 3 tags at least to be scored as well. 19th going to Masatos, but with 0 kills. I got so many multiple screenshots. We got Road to Death grabbing 20th and last place with 0. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, as you all know at this point, we are going to be back in about probably 10 to 12 minutes with round 2 of 3 of my 3-round scrim night, obviously. I really do appreciate you guys for being here. Please do hang around. We're going to be back in just a few short moments. This is my very own RedEyes $450 Dead in December tournament qualifiers for Group A, brought to you and sponsored by Hunter of Gunmen and Glacier Gaming. Stick around. We'll be back soon. Inbound at members of One Blood Esports. One Blood hanging in there. It's down to Ling Long and Mr. Joker. Ling Long is down. Mr. Joker is now the last hope here. Just trying to remain hidden, being a sneaky snake, but still being spotted off in the distance. I mean, the shotgun is very low health. He tries to retaliate the last minute ditch effort from the ground. He does get a knock on Shelby with it, though. Just by members of Sinister, trying to shroud himself in a cloud of smoke, but is it enough? He does go ahead and exemplify the importance of utilities that I want to bring up, guys. Do not put enough emphasis on having nades and smokes at in-game, especially at this point. Boom! I really do appreciate you gifting that sub. I do apologize, I don't have the notification set on in the Dead in Month tournament scene, just because it can go pretty repetitively and get on people's nerves, especially at like the higher level. Well, Lonely does get a takedown on Kirby, not able to quite catch a line of sight. However, it looks like Road to Death is going to be doing some work off in the distance, getting a knock on somebody. It looks like Sanana has got a little bit of utility, so going to try to make it rain hellfire on him. Not getting quite up there. However, taken down in immediate retaliation. A little bit of utility, so going to try to make it rain hellfire on him. Not getting quite up there. However, taken down in immediate retaliation. Ren's trying to head on and finish what she started, but whether or not this is going to happen. Ooh! Nicely done. Lolo, Darkido, and Colin. You see Lolo going to try to shroud themselves a little bit of a cloud of smoke here, get what little cover they can. Try to get a revive on Next because their other teammate Colin is out for the count, it looks like. And oh, Next is as well. And oh goodness, Lolo wrecked apart. Actually, it's going to be Molly's thrown back in retaliation, and he's going to take quite a heap of damage for them, but it is not going to be a push, and so he will be able to heal up while they secure their revive. And look at him go. Pokey coming right through the smoke. Very aggressive. Very intelligent. That his other teammates, the other teammates of the Old Gangsters are joining their teammate here. And yes, they are going to try to make it rain hellfire on the rooftop, keeping the pressure on Corvair. And boy, he is taking quite a hit from that last nade. And boom goes the dynamite. All too literally, he is down. It's a brand new computer, and I don't have my Stream Deck set up for it yet, so I'm doing everything manually. Well, look at this, guys. Noxus is found himself in a bit of a conundrum. He knows exactly how many opponents that he has, but they know that there's just one person left, and he is spotted. Old Gangsters coming in and annihilating them, and what they didn't do, the zone did. Friends trying to head on and finish what she started, but whether or not this is going to happen. Ooh! Nicely done. Prince retaliates as his second teammate is taken down, but he barely has any health left. Literally just a sliver, and that boom goes. He is firing away, trying to get the takedown on members of Black Soul. And Black Soul going to be riding on Blink, and Blink desperately trying to get to a position to cover, being shot down to almost about half health there, and he is going to be right in the middle of it, and the thick of the action catches up to him, and boom, second teammate is taken down, but he barely has any health left. Literally just a sliver, and that boom goes to the cheek. That was almost to be expected there. Well, that's everything in the hands of Darby, and that is a wrap. No doubt going to be members of Redemption off to his west. But all the while, we have another thing brewing. It's going to be members of Wings on Fire, and they're going to be in immediate altercation with the likes of Control. Oh, Dakota firing uphill. Alright, this is that moment here where we've all seen the standoffs at Watertown and how they can drag on for some time. But this is not going to be one of those situations, as Ilotic is immediately rectified. Ooh, it looks like Javi has just been taken down right there and then. Ooh! Tsunami taking a huge hit and is quickly taken down at the hands of an eSports. Inbound at members of One Blood Esports. One Blood hanging in there. It's down to Linglong and Mr. Joker. Linglong is down. Mr. Joker is now the last hope here. Just trying to remain hidden, being the sneaky snake, still being spotted off in the distance and being shot down to very low health. He tries to retaliate. It's a last-minute ditch effort from the ground. He does get a knock on Shelby with it, though. Just by members of Sinister, trying to shroud himself in a cloud of smoke, but is it enough? He does go ahead and exemplify the importance of utilities that I want to bring up, guys. You cannot put enough emphasis on having nades and smokes in-game, especially at this level. Boom! I really do appreciate you gifting that sub. I do apologize, I don't have the notification set on in the Dead in Month tournament scene, just because it can go pretty repetitively and get on people's nerves, especially at like the higher level. Well, Lonely does get a takedown from Fergie, not able to quite catch a line of sight. However, it looks like Road to Death is going to be doing some work off in the distance, getting a knock on somebody. And it looks like Sanana has got a little bit of a utility throw, going to try to make it rain hellfire on him, not getting quite up there. However, taken down in immediate retaliation. A little bit of a utility throw, going to try to make it rain hellfire on him, not getting quite up there. However, taken down in immediate retaliation. Prince trying to add on and finish what she started, but whether or not this is going to happen. Ooh! Nicely done. Lolo, Darkido, and Colin. You see Lolo going to try to shroud themselves a little bit of a cloud of smoke here, get what little cover they can. Try to get the revive on next because their other teammate Colin is out of the turn. It looks like, oh, next is as well. And, oh goodness, Lolo wrecked the part. Actually, it's going to be Molly's thrown back in retaliation, and he's going to take quite a heap of damage for him. But it is not going to be a push, and so he will be able to heal up while they secure their revive. And look at him go, poking right through the smoke, very aggressive, very intelligent. See that his other teammates, the other teammates from Old Gangsters are joining their teammate here. And yes, they're going to try to make it rain hellfire on the rooftop, keeping the pressure on Corvair. And boy, he is taking quite a hit from that last nade. And boom goes the dynamite. All too literally, he is down. It's a brand new computer, and I don't have my Stream Deck set up for it yet, so I'm doing everything manually. Well, look at this, guys. Noxus has found himself in a bit of a conundrum. He knows exactly how many opponents he has, but they know that there's just one person left, and he has spotted Old Gangsters coming in and annihilating him. And what they didn't do, the zone did. Prince trying to add on and finish what he started, but whether or not this is going to happen. Ooh! Nicely done. Prince retaliates as his second teammate is taken down, but he barely has any health left. Literally just a sliver. That thing goes. Alright, he is firing away, trying to get the takedown on members of Black Soul. And Black Soul going to be riding on Blink, and Blink desperately trying to get to a position to cover, being shot down to almost about half health there, and he is going to be right in the middle of it, and the thick of the action catches up to him, and boom, second teammate is taken down, but he barely has any health left. He's literally a sliver. And that thing goes around. See, that was completely expected. Everything in the hands of Darby, and that is a wrap. No doubt going to be members of Redemption off to his west. But all the while, we have another thing brewing. It's going to be members of Wings on Fire, and they're going to be in immediate altercation with the likes of Control. Oh, Dakota firing uphill. High ground. All right, this is that moment here where we've all seen the standoffs at Watertown and how they can drag on for some time. This is not going to be one of those situations, as Ilotic is immediately rectified. Inbound at members of One Blood Esports. One Blood hanging in there. It's down to Linglong and Mr. Joker. Linglong is down. Mr. Joker is now the last hope here. Just trying to remain hidden, being a sneaky snake, but still being spotted off in the distance. I mean, shotgun at very low health. He tries to retaliate. It's a last-minute ditch effort from the ground. He does get a knock on Shelby with it, though. Just by members of Sinister, trying to shroud himself in a cloud of smoke, but is it enough? He does go ahead and exemplify the importance of utilities that I want to bring up, guys. Do not put enough emphasis on having nades and smokes at in-game, especially at this point. Boom! I really do appreciate you giving this sub. I do apologize, I don't have the notification set on in the day-in-month tournament scene, just because it can go pretty repetitively and get on people's nerves, especially at like the higher level. And Lonely does get a takedown from the Kirby, not able to quite catch a line of sight. However, it looks like Road to Death is going to be doing some work off in the distance, getting a knock on somebody. It looks like Samana, has got a little bit of utility, so going to try to make a range Hellfire on him, not getting quite up there. However, taken down immediate retaliation. A little bit of utility, so going to try to make a range Hellfire on him, not getting quite up there. However, taken down immediate retaliation. Friends trying to head on and finish what she started, but whether or not this is going to happen. Ooh! Nicely done. Lolo, Darkido, and Colin. You see Lolo going to try to shroud themselves in a little bit of a cloud of smoke here, get what little cover they can. Try to get a revive on next because their other teammate Colin is out in the count, it looks like. And oh, next is as well. And oh goodness, Lolo wrecked apart. Actually, it's going to be Molly's thrown back in retaliation, and he's going to take quite a heap of damage for them, but it is not going to be a push, and so he will be able to heal up while they secure their revive. And look at him go. Pokey coming right through the smoke. Very aggressive. Very hard. See that his other teammates, the other teammates from Old Gangsters are joining their teammate here. And yes, they're going to try to make it rain Hellfire on the rooftop, keeping the pressure on Corvair, and boy, he is taking quite a hit from that last nade. And boom goes the dynamite. All too literally, he is down. It's a brand new computer, and I don't have my Stream Deck set up for it yet, so I'm doing everything manually. Well, look at this, guys. Noxus has found himself in a bit of a conundrum. He knows exactly. Oh snap, did RedEyes hit you with a second intro? What? Anyways, guys, welcome back to round 2 of 3 of my very own RedEyes $450 Dead in December tournament qualifiers for Group A, brought to you and sponsored by Hunter Gunman and Glacier Gaming. I'm really struggling with words today. But we're going to be kicking off round 2, as you guessed it, a Miramar. Oops, let me go ahead and change these tabs. And what do we need to say about a map like Miramar? Well, it's essentially the largest map that we're going to have in the game. Technically, Erangel is the same size, being an 8x8, but that includes Erangel's bodies of water. So realistically, this is going to be the largest map that we have, meaning that the odds of two teams landing next to each other are just going to be a bit slimmer. But it's also the most open map that we have in the game, so the odds of you being sniped from 300 meters away are just exponentially higher than any other map. And the third and final thing I want to say about Miramar is that it's so large that it finds itself almost entirely reliant upon the flight path to determine what sort of early game we actually end up getting. So with that being said, let's see what we're working with. It's a fairly central flight path here. The participants are getting pretty lucky, all things considered today. So looks like we're getting some early jumpers. It's going to be members of Prolific jumping northbound alongside the likes of Noxus. We got members of Aurora jumping southbound, and they might be landing alongside Gravity. We got members of God-level bots jumping alongside Nucleotide Envy. There's a lot of potential early confrontations here, especially considering that it's a central flight path on Miramar. Usually those entail a bit of a slower start, but I'm glad that's not the case here. I think this snow might be a bit much here. Let me see color correction, and we will just take that opacity down considerably. There we go. Nice. All right, where is our first bit of blood going to come from? Ooh, it looks like we might have something here. Road to Death dropping alongside the likes of 4 Bros. And, oh, wow. Road to Death actually dropping alongside the likes of Redemption. They just have a member, pardon me, nope, Road to Death dropping alongside 4 Bros. And however, they have a member of Road to Death filling in for Wings of Fire. And so that was the confusion for me. But Wings of Fire actually very close to Redemption here. And it looks like it might ultimately amount to something after all. And boom, Paris is taken down immediately. That's the first knock of the game, I believe. And down he goes, leaving things riding on Theme, Godlin, and Legal. And it looks like, yeah, Legal is the one closest to the confrontation. He's going to try to get a little bit of a cloud on his teammate here, see if he might be able to get a revive on him, hopefully, before the inevitable push from the likes of Redemption. Bum, bum, bum. And here we go. Gonna go check in on Exotica of Velocity. Exotica right in front of a member of Aurora and being shot at with literally no gun or armor in his or her possession. And that is just unfortunate. And down here she goes. 506. Oh, no. Okay. There we go. Okay. We're good. All right, well, he's out of there, leaving things going to be riding on Kaylee, Haley, and Gina. And that's going to be Haley pushing up with an S12. And he's got an S12 and an S18. It is not an ideal loadout by any means, relying entirely on shotguns right here. And she tried to get, you know, some distance shots with the S12. It was wishful thinking, to say the least, but didn't amount to a whole lot. All right, we're going to switch back to this altercation between Wings of Fire and Redemption. It's just so close by one another here. Paris is going to be revived, but you can hear the footsteps from the enemies. Paris is going to be trying to fall to a position of cover with that UMP-45 in hand. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and... There's no real reason for me to be on the screen. All right, this gives that calm before the storm scenario, ladies and gentlemen. Paris just awaiting that inevitable push from Redemption, but he's actually going to go for it. UMP in hand, he fires away. It looks like Sanana going off in the distance, and Black Z Souls facing off against somebody right here. I believe Zero Remorse. Yep, it is going to be against Zero Remorse. And it looks like Jade Sun is got one knock on a member of the team. It looks like Reckless. And quickly firing away with that UMP-45 aimed in at another one of the Black Sea Souls. And trying to go secure a thirst while Sabs or Salops, can't read his name just yet, trying to get the revive. Oh, Sab PS, but he is down. But then revenge is served cold and fast as Jade Sun is taken down in retaliation by the teammate with no health, ironically. So, we're going to switch our attention back once again. I don't want to keep, you know, preaching the same thing over and over. But they are right on top of each other, and it's just so close. All right, well, okay, we still got Zero Remorse and members of Black Sea Souls here. As we just tuned in, Jade Sun is still knocked, but being approached by his or her teammate 4X, trying to go secure a revive, and he might actually be able to make it. And as Castle first, potentially, they are firing away, taking 4X down to half health here, and it's looking grim here. But he still gets the knock on Reckless. Nicely done. And I just... Oh! 4X taken down quickly there, leaving Menace as the last hope for the team, and Menace is out of there. Goodness gracious, Black Sea Souls now acquiring their first 4 kills, and they might even be able to get all those revives off. All right, switching my attention back to the Prolific 4. We got a member of the Prolific 4, it's Smudges, right up next to an opposition of Gravity. And this is that calm before the storm, as Smudge is not sure if they're aware of his presence or not, and he's not trying to inform them by any means. He's not going to be making any shots, and that's really understandable when you're outnumbered there. Okay, so good news is I think I'll be able to start running the emulator for these events. It'll be kind of cool to see it in a 1920 by 1080 field here. Oh goodness, we got Misato's way up northbound, outside of the zone, trying to work their way in, but they've got Nucleotide Envy pretty close by as well. Come back, Red, you faded into the void. Wasn't sure if people wanted me to be on there. I don't know why I always have my face there. I guess it's just like a need to be seen. Don't forget about me. All right, well, it is not looking very good for a certain member of Road to Death. It's going to be Best Slayer, who's not very likely... Oh, pardon me, Best Slayer's on the opposition. It's Sananana, who is actually knocked, and very likely to be thirsted here. As you can see, it looks like Zarvi, Prince, and Prince OP holding the high ground, trying to get a scope down there. Prince looking in with a 4X M4, trying to catch eyes. All the while, 4 bros doing some work, taking out Ling Long. And let's see, that's going to be down here. Leaving things riding on Mr. Joker and Slayer here for members of One Blood Esports. They are up against the likes of, as we said, 4 bros. All the while, you can hear those shots from Road to Death in the background. Aside from this, I'd say Smudges of the Prolific 4 might be driving out of the frying pan into the fires. He's getting right into the midst of Noxus. Dude, I am really struggling with my words today. Hey, Javi, DGNA, Chills, Dump. If you guys don't mind, please go over to Twitch. It's where I'm trying to congregate the viewers. Nice. Smudge is immediately taken down at the hands of Noxus Blizz. Blizz not with a lot of health left over, but just enough to get the job done, and he's going to heal right then and there. All right, the zone has shifted, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a southbound-oriented one, and it looks like One Blood is being approached by 2 different angles by 4 bros. Looks to be a 2-1 split. Man, I am having just a tired day. Oh, and it looks like, just like that, the Lycans secure their first takedown. I guess the first thirst, so to speak. Not sure who that was on. Didn't get to catch a good glimpse of it, but... I'm going to switch maybe my attention to Aurora. They're in between members of Sinister, but I don't think that's quite necessary yet. So we're going to actually go back to Road to Death. Road to Death in a little bit of a love triangle here with 4 bros, as well as the final remaining members of One Blood Esports. You have to forgive me, guys. I've never this low energy. All right, so clock of 4Bros looks like he's gonna be pulling a flank. All the while, Aurora's Robin going off in the distance. Oh, Zarvi's not too fooled there, catching a glimpse of clock from the distance and is well aware of his positioning. I'm gonna switch my attention briefly just to see what's going on with Mr. Joker here, last member of One Blood. He's got a terrible situation. He's got literally Black Sea Souls, Road to Death, as well as 4Bros all surrounding him. He's got no way to get out, and Reckless finishes the job right there. Okay. And, well, looks like Blinks of Black Souls catching a whiff of 4Bros. He smelled the blood in the water, and he's potentially, nope, he's just going for the loot and trying to dip out of dodge. And understandable to an extent. Catching eyes on the Just Clan. They're currently sandwiched in between members of the Lycans and Old Gangsters. Whether or not that's going to amount to anything, Breezy Breezy says, forgot about this game? Oh. How could you forget about it? All right, Jakun brought down to about exactly half health, desperately in need of some healing, but doesn't want to utilize those first aids yet. Going to try to save those for endgame, so he's going to be trying to bandage up, and I agree with that right now. Oh, Noxus getting a takedown on OG Catry just may get a sniper on Old Gangster's defense. And it looks like it's going to be push up there first. That's definitely good. Easy class. And that's his first 2 kills and the team's first 2 as well. All the while, we hear Noxus spraying northbound at members of Old Gangsters as well. Old Gangsters really catching a lot of focus here from a bunch of teams. Hey, Deluxe, thanks for the raid, buddy. Oh, wow. Guys, we got 11 viewers on YouTube and 30 on Twitch. Thank you guys so much. This is a great turnout for a qualifier. Really appreciate that. Guys, if you are watching on YouTube, I would prefer that you tune in on the Twitch at RedEyes_official, just where I'm trying to congregate viewers for this particular stream. But if you guys are interested in doing YouTube streams, I'd be more than happy and willing to try out streaming some qualifiers on the YouTube as well, like we did last month. All right, the light is firing downward at members of Black Sea Soul. You can see Lifeline here with a nice high ground positioning, that M4 UMP new meta combo. No real rush to make himself vulnerable there. Gonna switch my attention briefly to God level bots just because they are very close to members of Masatos, but it looks like they're gonna be trying to work a little bit southbound towards a more central orientation. Oh, maybe just relocating the vehicle, all the while taking shots from the side from Noxus. All right, God level bots. Eagle taking a huge hit, being brought down to about 1/4 of his overall health. Going to try to put himself in a cloud of smoke to see if he can find a way to heal up. All the while, these inevitable shots coming from both Masatos and potentially Noxus as well. Oh, that's a huge hit going to Eagle, being brought down to just above half health there. He's going to try to stick a revive on his fallen teammate Rafter, Whether or not the Masatos are going to push up is yet to be seen, but this would probably be a mistake on their end to not. But look at that monster nade by Lolo, wrecking out, getting the knock, and then getting the takedown on Eagle. Goodness gracious, that's some serious nade work. He's riding on Shoulder, and Daddy. Daddy is going to get the takedown on Lolo in retaliation. All the while firing with that KK, but taken down at the hands of, pardon me, Nets. Ah. All right. Road to Death going after the likes of 4 bros in the distance. That's going to leave everything riding on Beast. And Beast alone, outnumbered, outmanned, and outgunned. And it is going to be the boys from Road to Death getting the victory there. All right. Well, Zolder, ironically, of the team 4 bros, filling in for the likes of God-level bots here. As you can see, probably just multiple members of 4 bros. I don't know, but... he's got multiple members of Masatos right here on him. It seems like he might have secured the knock on Lolo, or maybe it's the same knock that we just saw previously. But one thing is for sure, he is outnumbered, outmanned, outgunned, and they are all too aware of his presence as they make it rain hellfire, taking him down to just about half health right then and there. All right. Well... And Zolder is out of there. God-level bots taking quite a hit and eliminated on the spot. We're going to catch eyes on Black Z Souls as they square off against the likes of the Lycans. At this point, it's all riding on Reckless and Sab PS, but they are very low on health and desperately in need of some healing. You can see Sab prioritizing the revive here, and I think it's going to be a good call there because the Lycans have a bit of distance between them, and they don't seem to be pushing on their knocks. Okay, well, someone died to the zone, and that brings me to my next point, guys. I don't care how good of a player you are. I don't care what tier you're in. Nobody, and I mean nobody, has a higher KD than that blue zone, especially in one of my events. If you know anything about my events, I boost that zone damage heavy, and I make that first zone close in about 120 seconds before it usually would. So you got to be on the ball with that. All right, we got Gina, the last remaining member of Velocity, potentially in a 1v2 scenario with the likes of Road to Death. And this could be interesting here, as Gina could potentially have the high ground positioning, and yes, she does. Will she be able to catch wind? All the while, Nucleotide Vendetta catching a bit of a rough go as Avi is taken down. Leading things riding on Payne, Kabir, and Mario. So Payne brought down to about 1/5 of his overall health and taking down leaving things riding on Kabir and Mario. So Kabir taking a huge hit, brought down to about 1/4 of his health as well, and he does secure the takedown with that UMP-45 using what closet cover he can, and see if he can get some revives off. He's the final remaining member up for his team and desperately needs to secure some revive. But I think he made the right call by going to get that thirst, because if he didn't, then the remainder of Lycans might have tried to prioritize saving their fallen teammate, and that would have been a rough position for Kabir. However, they are retaliating and taking out Avi then and there, so it's going to be a tough scenario, but he should be able to get this revive here on Payne. We got something going off in the distance. Looks to be just against members of Sinister. Sinister actually in a real tough position as they are sandwiched in between Just and members of Aurora to their south. We got the Prolific 4 participating as a 3-piece here. Ooh, Kabir getting a takedown off in the distance. Kabir keeping the team alive there. May trying to scope in on multiple opponents, not just Nucleotide Vendetta, but another member of the Lycans with that 6x4, but nades being thrown in retaliation, taking him or her down to extremely low health, probably about 5%. All right, so where to tune into at this moment? It looks like the same altercation from last match. happened again. Members of Zero Remorse were facing off with members of Black Soul. Black Soul really, you know, they did a good effort here. 9 kills to their name. That's a pretty aggressive number. However, they are riding on Beacon and Beacon alone at this point. Sab has been taken down, and there's no chance of a revive. Beacon has an option to try to get out of here and carry the team name and see if he can secure some better placement. I think that would be the right move. However, perhaps he's about chivalry and trying to get an immediate clap back. But I didn't even realize behind him he's got the likes of Zero Eye, I guess. Zero Eye could be, one member could be a little bit vulnerable if they go for that drop, but otherwise they got the pretty decent amount of cover with that building. I like what Just Esports is doing here. Currently spreading out. Oh my gosh! Limbs is so lucky to be alive. But boom! Nicely done by May. Oh my gosh. Monster nade and made it rain hellfire afterwards to secure the knock. Nicely done. Trying to go for a thirst as well. Oh, May dropping down. But multiple members of Sinister close by. We got a lot of action happening here, guys. Let's get eyes on Zero Eye as they potentially square off against either Aurora, Sinister, Prolific, and behind them they got Redemption. Goodness gracious. Oh, pardon me, Masato's, not Redemption. Masato's at this point a 3-piece. Darkido has been eliminated, leaving it riding on Colin, Lolo, and Next. Huh. Yeah, I think Zero Eye is, I mean, they had the idea of securing positioning in zone, but ladies and gentlemen, with a map like Miramar, getting early real estate in zone is not always the best tactic. Sometimes, very frequently, you'll find that there's very little cover to be afforded in those zones, and you're just essentially entering into a fighting pit. But whereas if you were to hang out outside of the zone, go for a late rotation, you're letting those numbers dwindle down, and you're able to potentially approach with a nice third party, you know, finish off where the dead team left off, you know, before they're able to heal up, the enemy's able to heal up. You might be able to get a nice third party and chip away. Now, granted, that is not the best strategy in many cases. So, it all depends on a case-by-case basis. Aurora still continuing as a 3-piece, but with only 2 kills to their name. And Nuxify, as I say it, taking down then and there, leading, riding on Javi and Truss. My KD might not be higher than the BZ, but my troll level is certainly high. All right, Javi knows now that this zone is just not a friendly one. It is absolutely demolishing their health, and as it should, as I programmed it to. Look at this. Nox is still holding on with their last remaining member, Durkio, carrying the team name. We got Durkio and Darkio on a different team. Darkido. All right. Boy, Zero Eye. It's, I mean, I guess that this is the best positioning that you can get right now is going to Zero. I mean, they got the compound cover. But as you can hear, Prolific 4 are pushing up. Cornbread on the outskirts of that building. We've got T2YO doing a little preemptive fire in there, but not getting any connecting shots there. However, the zone is coming in yet again, and it is going to be unrelentless. Or is it relentless? I don't remember. Alright, well, that zone is doing work, and boy, Aurora catching wind of Zero Eye. It's going to be Lunatic, or Lotic, taken down, and then T2YO follow. Leaving is riding on Skull and Gade. Getty securing a thirst in retaliation on nothing. And quickly taken out, once again, by members of Aurora. Guys, we are down to our final 3 teams, spread out amongst 3 people. We got ourselves a 1v1v1, a fair fight to end round 2. Let's get it. Just one building separating Next and Durkio. One nade could make all the difference between life and death here. But I would imagine at this stage, given that they are not throwing well, I was going to say given that they're not throwing, maybe they're out of nades, but we just heard one pop off. in targeting Aurora Trust, but not quite connecting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the final calm before the storm for round 2. All right, wow, just a waiting game here. Now, next, I'm guessing, is not equipped with any boosts at this stage because he is the only one not at full health, but he doesn't seem to be healing up at all. I don't see his health bar going up, so I'm guessing he doesn't have any boost to speak of. But this zone is about to close in on its final mark here, and this is where it all goes down. Our participants are going to be left with absolutely nowhere to go. But why is this zone not closing? No way. I think we have a glitch, ladies and gentlemen. We have a glitch. Now, if this zone isn't going to close, that's very problematic because this little standoff could take a little bit of time. So if we hit that 30-minute mark and these players have done nothing, I am going to just give them a tag, let them know that they don't have a choice. And if they don't do something, I'm going to give it to 4th place as the winner and go down that way. It's probably not going to go over too well, actually. But I am ready to see some action. I'm going to go ahead and say something in the Discord because this is pretty intolerable. Codes chat. There we are. Oh, it is closing in. Thank goodness. Well, here we go. Next versus Durkio, and boom, next with a quick finish. That was very anticlimactic from that view, but it still works. The Masatos taking the dub here. 8th place, or pardon me, 1st place with, wow, 9 kills. Not bad. Give me just a second, guys. I just want to double check on something. Yep, so Masatos definitely needed this dub, I believe. They finished last match in 19th place, second to last. So a 1st place finish is absolutely imperative here. Whether or not they can advance to the finals all depends on this last match. It would take probably another 1st place, maybe a 1st through 3rd potentially could do it. But with that 19th place in round 1, it's going to be a tough one. But 9 kills and 1st place for Masatos. Noxus is going to be securing 2nd place, and that's their second place in a row. That's going to be with 9 kills as well. We got Aurora securing 3rd with 5. Zero Eye going to come in 4th with 2. We got the Prolific 4 in 5th with 1 kill from Cornbread. Road to Death securing 6th with 8 kills between Sananana and Prince OP. We got members of Black Sea Souls in 7th place with 9 kills as well. It seems to be the magic number. Sinister grabbing 8th place but with 2 kills. We got members of Just Esports in 9th but with 4 kills. All 4 came from May alone. Not bad. That's a heavy backpack. We got Nucleotide Vendetta grabbing 10th place with 3 kills, all of which came from Kabir. 11th going to the Lycans with 6. 12th place is going to belong to Velocity with 0. We got members of Wings on Fire grabbing 13th with 3. The God Level Bots in 14th with 0. 15th going to 4 Bros with 1 kill from Beast. And 16th is going to go to Old Gangsters. And Old Gangsters are the ones who secured 1st place in round 1. So this same story for them as Masatos. It's just a different order. Really struggling in round 2. And that's going to absolutely kind of draw out some of that impact, or kind of cancel out some of that impact from round 1. But they are grabbing 16th with 0 kills. Speaking of 0, we got 1 Blood in 17th with 0. Redemption in 18th with 0. And 0 Remorse in 19th with 0. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. And I just can't believe how good this view count is right now with 20 people on YouTube and, oh my goodness, and 30 people on Twitch. Let's go. You guys, I don't think the qualifiers had viewers like this. This is super good. I really cannot appreciate you guys. Can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys. Pardon me. Uh-oh. But anyways, we are going to be back in just a few short minutes, probably closer to 8 or 9 minutes, with our third and our final round of the day. We've seen our participants in the first map ever of Erangel. We've seen them in the wide open desert of Miramar, but now it's time to close things in. I am, of course, talking about the lush condensed forest of Sandhawk as we return for round 3, our final round, guys. This is my very own RedEyes $450 Dead in December tournament qualifiers for Group A, brought to you and sponsored by Glacier Gaming and Hunter of Gunmen. Stick around. We'll be back soon. Inbound at members of One Blood Esports. One Blood hanging in there. It's down to Lin Long and... Codes chat. There we go. Oh, it is closing in. Thank goodness. Well, here we go. Next versus Durkio. And boom, next with a quick finish. And Lolo, Darkudo, and Colin. You see Lolo going to try to shroud themselves a little bit of a cloud of smoke here. Get what little cover they can. Try to get a revive on next because their other teammate Colin is out of the count. Looks like, and oh, next is as well. And oh, goodness, Lolo wrecked the point. I really do appreciate you giving this up. I do apologize, I don't have the notification set on in the Dead in Month tournament scene, just because it can go pretty repetitively and get on people's nerves, especially at like the higher level. But Lonely does get a takedown from the Kirby. He is firing away, trying to get a takedown on under the Black Soul. Black Soul going to be riding on Blink, and Blink desperately trying to get to a position of cover, being shot down to almost about half health there, and he is going to be right in the middle of it, and the thick of the action catches up to him, and boom, not able to quite catch a line of sight. However, it looks like Road to Death is going to be doing some work off in the distance, getting a knock on somebody. It looks like Sanana has got a little bit of utility, so going to try to make it rain Hellfire on him, not getting quite up there. However, taken down immediate retaliation. Reckless, nicely done. And I just... Oh! 4X taken down. Quick inbound at members of One Blood Esports. One Blood hanging in there. It's down to Ling Long and Mr. Joker. Ling Long is down. Mr. Joker is now the last hope here. Just trying to remain hidden, being a sneaky snake. Still being spotted off in the distance. I mean, shot down at very low health. He tries to retaliate the last minute ditch effort from the ground. He does get a knock on Shelby with it, though. All right, Road to Death going after the likes of 4 bros in the distance. That's going to leave everything riding on Beast alone, outnumbered, outmanned, and outgunned. And it is going to be the boys from Road to Death getting the victory there. Wow, what a block. Ooh, it looks like Javi has just been taken down right there and then. Ooh! Tsunami takes a huge hit and is quickly taken down at the hands of an IE sport. It's a brand new computer. And I don't have my Stream Deck set up for it yet, so I'm doing everything manually. Well, look at this, guys. Noxus has found himself in a bit of a conundrum. He knows exactly how many opponents he has, but they know that there's just one person left, and he has spotted Old Gangster coming in and annihilating them. And what they didn't do, the zone did. They have the high ground positioning, and yes, she does. Will she be able to catch wind? All the while, Nucleotide Vendetta catching a bit of a rough go as Avi is taken down. He's riding on Pain, Kabir, and Mario, so Pain brought down to about 1/5 of his overall health and taken down with half health there. He's going to try to stick a revive on his fallen teammate Raptor. Whether or not the Masatras are going to push up is yet to be seen, but this would probably be a mistake on their end to not. But look at that monster nade by Lolo, wrecking the house, getting the knock, and then getting the takedown on Eagle. Actually, it's going to be Molly's thrown back in retaliation, and he's going to take quite a heap of damage for them, but it is not going to be a push, and so he will be able to heal up while they secure their revive. And look at him go. Pokey coming right through the smoke. Very aggressive. Very intelligent. Firing away with that UMP-45 aimed in at another one of the Black Sea Souls. And trying to go secure a thirst while Salops, can't read his name just yet, trying to get the revive. Oh, Sab PS, but he is down. And then the pardon me, no, Road to Death dropping alongside 4 bros. And however, they have a member of Road to Death filling in for Wings of Fire. And so that was the confusion for me. But Wings of Fire actually very close to redemption here, and it looks like it might ultimately amount to something after all. And boom, Paris is taken down immediately. That's the first going to be Lunatic, or Lotta taken down. And then PUBGYO follow. Leaving him riding on Skull and Gage. Getty securing a thirst and retaliation on nothing. And quickly taken out once again by members of the Real and Serious Major. He's riding on Boulder, and Daddy was going to get the takedown on Lolo and retaliation. All the while firing with that AK, but taken down at the hands of, Net. One member could be a little bit vulnerable if they go for that drop, but otherwise they got the pretty decent amount of cover with that building. I like what Just Esports is doing here. Currently spreading out. Oh my gosh! Limbs is so lucky to be alive. But boom! Nicely done by May. Oh my. And here we go. Gonna go check in on Exotica of Velocity. Exotica right in front of a member of Aurora and being shot at with literally no gun or armor in his or her possession. And that is just unfortunate. And down. Trying to head on and finish what she started, but whether or not it's going to happen. Ooh! Nicely done. Prince retaliates as his second teammate is taken down, but he barely has any health left. Literally just a sliver. And that win goes. Owen is doing work, and boy, Aurora catching wind of Zero Eye. It's going to be Lunatic, or Lotta, taken down, and then PUBGYO follow. Leaving him riding on Skull and Gage. Getty securing a thirst and retaliation on nothing. And Jadeson still not, but being approached by his or her teammate 4X, trying to go secure a revive, and he might actually be able to make it. And as Casper first, potentially, they are firing away, taking 4X down to half health here, and it's looking grim here. But he still gets the knock on Reckless. Nicely done. The midst of Noxus. Dude, I am really struggling with my words today. Ave, Javi, DGNA, Chills, Dump. If you guys don't mind, please go over to Twitch. It's where I'm trying to accommodate the viewers yet be seen, but this would probably be a mistake on their end to not. But look at that monster nade by Lolo, wrecking out, getting the knock, and then getting the takedown on Eagle. Goodness gracious, that's some serious major. He's riding on Boulder, and Daddy was going to get the takedown on Lolo and retaliation. Or is it the left? I don't know. Alright, well, that zone is doing work, and boy, Aurora catching wind of Zero Eye. It's going to be Lunatic, or Lotta, taken down. And then PUBGYO, a bit of a rough go as Avi is taken down. He's riding on Pain, Kabir, and Mario, so Pain brought down to about 1/5 overall health and taken down. He's riding on Kabir and Mario, so Kabir taking a huge hit. One brought down to about 1/4 of his health as well, and he does secure the takedown with that UMP. Alright, this is that moment here where we've all seen the standoffs at Watertown, how they can drag on for some time. But this is not going to be one of those situations as Ilotic immediately. Just by numbers, Sinister trying to shroud himself in a cloud of smoke, but is it enough? He does go ahead and exemplify the importance of utilities that I want to bring up, guys. Do not put enough emphasis on having nades and smokes at in-game, especially at this point. Boom! Second teammate is taken down, but he barely has any health left. Literally just a sliver. And that thing goes to the creek. That was almost expected. Everything that here with Darby, and that's a little bit of utility, so it's going to try to make it rain Hellfire on him. Not getting quite lucky there. However, taken down immediate retaliation. Been trying to head on and finish what she started, but whether or not it's going to happen. Ooh! Nicely done. About half health right then and there. Well, and Zolder is out of there. God level bots take no doubt going to be members of Redemption off to his west. But all the while, we have another thing brewing. It's going to be members of Wings on Fire, and they are going to be in immediate altercation with the likes of Control. Oh, Dakota firing uphill. High ground. And I just... Oh! Borax taken down quickly there, leaving Menace the last hope for the team, and Menace is out of there. See that his other teammates, the other teammates from Old Gangsters are joining their teammate here, and yes, they're going to try to make it rain hellfire on the rooftop, keeping the pressure on Corvair, and boy, he is taking quite a hit from that last nade, and boom goes the dynamite, all too literally, he is down. Mr. Joker here, last member of One Blood, he's got a terrible situation. He's got literally Black Sea Souls, Road to Death, as well as 4 bros all surrounding him. He's got no way to get out, and Reckless finishes the job, right? Oh, it is closing in, thank goodness. Well, here we go. Next versus Durkio, and boom, next with a quick finish. Lolo, Bartito, and Colin. You see Lolo going to try to grab themselves a little bit of a pot of smoke here, get what little cover they can. Try to get a revive on next because of their other teammate Colin out on the ground. Looks like, and oh, next is as well. And oh goodness, Lolo wrecked the part. I really do appreciate you giving this up. I do apologize, I don't have the notification set on in the Dead-in-Month tournament scene, just because it can go pretty repetitively and get on people's nerves, especially at like the higher level. But Lonely does get a takedown on the first team. He is firing away, trying to get a takedown on members of Black Soul. And Black Soul going to be riding on Blink, and Blink desperately trying to get to a position to cover, being shot down to almost about half health there, and he is going to be right in the middle of it, and the thick of the action catches up to him, and boom, not able to quite catch a line of sight. However, it looks like Road to Death is going to be doing some work off in the distance, getting a knock on somebody. It looks like Samana has got a little bit of utility, so they're going to try to make it rain hellfire on him, not getting quite up there. However, taken down immediate retaliation. Reckless, nicely done. And I just... Oh! Borax taken down. Quick inbound at members of One Blood Esports. One Blood hanging in there. It's down to Linglong and Mr. Joker. Linglong is down. Mr. Joker is now the last hope here. Just trying to remain hidden, being a sneaky snake, still being spotted off in the distance. I mean, shot down at very low health. Tries to retaliate. It's a last-minute ditch effort from the ground. He does get a knock on Shelby with it, though. Ah! All right. Road to Death going after the likes of 4 bros in the distance. That's going to leave everything riding on Beast alone, outnumbered, outmanned, and outgunned. And it is going to be the boys from Road to Death getting the victory there. Ooh, it looks like Javi has just been taken down right there and then. Ooh! Tsunami taking a huge hit and is quickly taken down at the hands of an iEsport member. It's a brand new computer. And I don't have my Stream Deck set up for it yet, so I'm doing everything manually. Well, look at this, guys. Noxus has found himself in a bit of a conundrum. He knows exactly how many opponents he has, but they know that there's just one person left, and he has spotted Old Gangsters coming in and annihilating them. And what they didn't do, the zone did. They have the high ground positioning, and yes, she does. Will she be able to catch wind? All the while, Nucleotide Vendetta catching a bit of a rough go as Avi is taken down. He's riding on Pain, Kabir, and Mario, so Pain brought down to about 1/5 of his overall health and taken down with half health there. He's going to try to stick a revive on his fallen teammate Raptor. Whether or not the Masachos are going to push up and get to be seen, but this would probably be a mistake on their end if not. But look at that monster nade by Lolo, wrecking off, getting the knock, and then getting the takedown on Eagle. Actually, it's going to be Molly's thrown back in retaliation, and he's going to take quite a heap of damage for him, but it is not going to be a first. Oh my goodness. Did RedEyes just hit you with a third intro video? Oh my goodness. He's hard flexing. Guys, welcome back, welcome back. Hey Mogo, thank you so much for subbing again, brother. I appreciate you, man. Guys, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to our third and our final round. Let's see here, I always, pardon me guys, let me just start that over so I can get this going well. Welcome back to our third and our final round of my very own RedEyes $450 Dead in December tournament qualifiers for Group A. We're going to be kicking off round 3, as you guessed it, a Sandhawk. Now, what do we need to say about Sandhawk? Basically the opposite of our last match, which was Miramar, our largest map. This is our smallest. Technically, Livic and Karakin and now Noosa, the new map, are all smaller than this, but we don't mess with those in scrims. This is the smallest map that we've got, meaning that the odds of two teams landing next to each other just going to be a bit higher. And it's also the most condensed map that we have. Now, what do I mean when I say condensed? I mean most lush and vegetation. There's more natural cover to take, more grass to hide inside, and trees and boulders to hide behind, so you need to be alert for a higher than average number of snakes than usual. And the third and final thing I want to say about this map is that it's so small that it finds itself pretty independent of the flight path. You can get pretty much anywhere you guys want just by jumping and deploying your chute early. So with that being said, it's just not really that consequential that they don't have a central flight path. But I am noticing some early droppers, or some distant droppers late in the game actually. It's going to be god level bots dropping at the Hot 10 area alongside the likes of Road to Death. Further down south, we can see members of the old gangsters in the clutches of Wings on Fire at the booty camp area, and potentially more members of Aurora coming in from the north. Pinan, it looks like it's going to go to the Lycans and Velocity. However, Lycan's going to continue heading southbound, and that's actually kind of a relief because those standoffs at Pinan can take on quite a bit of time. It continues to drag. Getting eyes on Just Esports, Chopper is immediately taken down by a member of Redemption. Redemption now with blood on the mind, coming in for an insta-thirst, and he is out of there at the hands of Forebear. Okay. Guys, I cannot say thank you enough. I was not expecting a great viewer count on a qualifier, and so I definitely kind of kept on reminding the viewers and stuff. But honestly, we've got 14 on YouTube right now. It's only at 20 on Twitch, but we've been kind of interchanging between that 20 and 30 mark. So I'm pretty darn happy about this, guys. Thank you so much for your support. Not just for your teammates or your clan mates, but supporting the event as well, and essentially supporting me by doing that. It's Misato's here in the clutches here with Noxus. Noxus has been performing at a very elevated level today with 2 second place finishes. Misato's definitely, as we said at the end of last match, very much in need of a first or second place finish for this one, because they ended up getting 19th place out of 20 in round 1, but they did secure a first place finish for round 2, so it's all gonna ride on this third and final. Real Ant, how's it going? All right, well, Road to Death, Prince OP having a rough go of it, and it looks like, let's see where, yeah, that's going to leave things riding on the other Prince, Sananana and Zarvi. It's going to be Sananana with a quick revive, but it does look to be a push from members of the God Level bots. Daddy OP here at the forefront. Man, you guys, I'm just so excited about this new setup. I've got this new computer, is so amazing. My iMac, it would use about 60% of its CPU to run OBS, and this is using 0.3%. So I am absolutely going to be taking my events up quite a notch. And I think this might be the last month that I cast my event off of my iPad. I think it's time to switch over to the emulator. And I'm going to buy some API software and make it professional. All right, well, Nox is down. Dirkio and Kirby here. Kirby's preemptively firing as that push comes in, but Colin is able to secure the takedown on him, which includes everything riding on Dirkio and Dirkio alone. And he's doing exactly what he should, trying to dip out of dodge and secure a little bit of a safer position to try to let the numbers dwindle down and get some placement for his team. And, you know... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, never mind. Well, a little bit of a waiting game here between Road to Death and the God level bots. We see Sananana preemptively shooting out that... Oh my gosh, this would be hilarious. If that ever got a knock there, I would say that's going to be a viral clip. All right, well, where to tune into? Where's the next bit of blood going to come from? I think it's going to be way on the west. We've got the Prolific Four, who are now for the first time entering as a four-piece, ironically. And they're very close by members of Aurora. By the way, guys, I am going to be going live immediately after this event ends. So it's going to be personal gameplay, and if you guys are interested in watching a potato do potato things, might be fun. But I think that also we are due to give somebody a raid, so I want to hear some suggestions in the chat about who you guys would like me to raid. Alright, we're going to switch on back. Velocity holding down Pine, but they're finding themselves in the outskirts, just outside of zone, and they've got kind of a close proximity threat. It would be from four bros. You see Exotica scoping uphill with that 6X M4. Four bros did secure the high ground positioning here, but Velocity does have compound cover. However, being outside of zone, time is of the essence. How you doing, Miss Bootybot? Thank you so much for your support, as always. Ever since you followed, you've been just so supportive, and it means a lot. All right. Velocity is going to be encroached upon by members of Four Bros, but Four Bros, only one kill to their name. They are still a full four-piece, and guys, you cannot place enough emphasis on being a full four-piece come in-game. To be the absolute difference between life and death. Guys, we just hit 740 subscribers on YouTube. If you haven't yet, it would mean the absolute world to me if you would subscribe to my YouTube. I am going to be putting exclusive pre-made content only on the YouTube. But on top of that, you know, just to show support to me and the event. For instance, I will be doing some YouTube exclusive perks, essentially, like potentially cash games that you can only enter by getting the code from YouTube. And yes, that is a plan that I'm going to be picking up fairly soon. All right, in minutes, Zero Remorse chipping away at Road to Death with a takedown on Trent. We've got Banana coming through retaliatory fire here with the coming down to half health, but ultimately taken down, outnumbered. Okay. Well, it seems to be a tough go here for members of Zero Remorse kids. They haven't had a lot of luck here. They were able to secure some takedowns earlier, but in doing so, that noise brought on the attention of Nucleotide Vendetta. They smelled the blood in the water, and they're coming in to chip off at what little health the Zero Remorse kids already had left. Okay, so cute. The final remaining member for Just Esports, holding position, being a sneaky little snake in the grass, as he or she probably should. Needing to get some placement. Velocity's Exotica going off in the distance. Well, yeah, I still think cute is the closest thing to an altercation, but as you can see, it doesn't look to be amounting to much. Zero Remorse Kid still going in. Let's catch a little eye on it. They're out of there. Nucleotide Vendetta now with 1 kill. Zero Remorse. Whoa! Jade Sun with a nice distance shot from the bridge. Very well executed. M4-4X combo. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you've watched me cast any official events, you will absolutely notice that I'm a little bit more laid back and a little bit more casual in my own events. That is just because it's mine, you know, and I want to have fun with it. But if I am being hired for a professional event, a 10-cent sponsored event, anything along the lines where I am paid on commission, it's going to be 100% professionalism through and through. So this, I guess my takeaway is that this should not be what you set the standard for my casting, if you were to expect something on an official event. All right, well, God level bots need to cross the bridge, but they've got multiple members of Zero Remorse Kids holding position on the other end, just trying to pull a nice gatekeep, and I think it's going to be fairly effective here. What Daddy OP is about to realize is that this damage is going to be boosted here. Oh, Rafter taken down in the distance. Tsunami has already been out for the count, so it's going to be riding all on Daddy and Eagle exclusively. And boy, it's a waiting game for him. Oop, 4 Bros Laurie going off in the distance. Let's catch a brief eye here. Well, this would be Laurie's first kill and the team's second if they can secure this finish on the Lycans. Thirst you, honey, redeems make me dabble. Since you are gifting out subs, I will, but I hate doing that. I'm so embarrassed. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into this. It really does mean the absolute world to me to have your support. If you haven't yet, please do drop a sub on YouTube. It would absolutely make me happy. Even 1 or 2 subs from this event would be a dub for me. My YouTube, I've had it for a long time, and it just was, for a longest time, just very slow growth. And things are starting to get a little bit better, and I would just like to build on that. So it would mean a lot. And as I said, there will be YouTube exclusive cash games. Ooh, Reckless taking out Cute from Just Esports. Need a troll or 2 after this? Absolutely, Mogo. I got you, brother. I'll save a spot for you. Alright, well, Saab of Black Sea Souls getting closer and closer in proximity to Aurora and taking a huge hit, being brought down to just below half health. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, we are down to 50 participants left, spread out amongst 16 teams, and we got something else going on here. Zero Remorse already with 5 kills to their name, 3 of which are going to Jade Sun, up in another confrontation, this time with the likes of Nucleotide Vendetta. Kabir with a nice high ground positioning, but he's taking quite a hit, and it looks like 4X, you know, he couldn't secure a thirst there, but oh no. He really tried to stick that first aid. Oof. That was probably his altercation to win, but him prioritizing the heal when his enemy was right above him, that was a tough one. What's up, Ant? I can't understand what you're asking. All right, well, Zero Remorse encroaching closer and closer on the remainder of Nucleotype Vendetta. All the while, Lycan's going off in the distance. Faith with a nade, Moon with the finish, and then now it looks like Faith going after, yet again, somebody else. They're up against the likes of Zero Eye. With a takedown on Skull, it's going to leave things entirely riding on Ilotic. Redemption doing some work in the distance. Ooh, that nade falling just shy of its mark, but here's all he needed. Lotic, that was an opportunity down the drain there, unfortunately for him. He did a few bullets that connected, but for the majority, it was kind of a shoot and a miss. And that is absolutely gonna, frustrate him at the very least. But he's allowed for the last remaining member of the Lycans to push their way on up. And not the last remaining members, pardon me. The member who is hanging back there. I guess it was Lifeline, but I'm not sure. But Lifeline up in the forefront of an altercation with Sinister here, with a Vector in hand, in 4 as well, and being taken down ultimately from the side in a third party from Velocity. Well, Faith is out for the count, and Moon is out as well. So the Lycans are down for that. They are just now eliminated. What is going to happen at this point? We have some absolute mistakes being made here by a lot of the participants. If anyone knows anything about my events, knows that I have no tolerance for that heal strat. I know it works. I know it's effective. It is not fun to spectate. So I don't allow it. By don't allow it, I mean I make those zones hurt. And these guys hanging out are about to find that out. Yep, Pain is out, Eagle's out, Daddy OP is very likely to follow. Oh, Lar going after Kayla of Velocity. And that's going to be a nice takedown for 4 bros who are in absolute peak form right now. Still a full 4-piece with 4 kills to their name, half of which do go to Laurie here. And with that takedown on Kayla, it would be the team's 5th and Laurie's 3rd. Gina taking quite a hit, not just from the zone damage, but from the nade that rained down as well. And that is going to be a finish on Kayla. And Gina is about to learn the hard way just how badly that zone's going to hurt. All the while, 4 bros teammates doing extra work here on Sinister. And Vince is out for the count. Old Gangsters having at it in the distance. Let's have a quick eye on the Old Gangsters. Oh, Old Gangsters are eliminated. No chance to check in on them. Where's... Oh, okay. I was like, where's that action coming from? Durkio, the last remaining member of Noxus, in an altercation, a 1v2 scenario against Aurora. It does look like he was able to secure a knock on Jobby, and going for the finish, trying to get some takedown on his teammate Robin. Dealing out very significant damage, and wow, he does secure the takedown. He got them both without the high ground advantage and without the number advantage. That was impressive. We got Gatsby of 4 bros putting in some serious work in the distance. He's responsible for 4 of the team's 9 kills, and 4 bros just shining right now. Anyone who knows about the 4 bros organization knows that they earned their way up to a tier 1 level. And so yeah, I expect nothing less of them. Beast taken down right then and there. Laurie is down at the hands of Gatsby. Pardon me, not the hands of, at the hands of... I didn't even see who, but not Gatsby. Gatsby's his teammate. This is going to be pretty much it for Laurie, out for the count. That zone's not going to allow safe right there. Blink firing uphill and dealing out significant damage. Beast was able to retaliate pretty successfully, but ultimately taken down. Blinks is going to survive that. However, will he be able to take on this 1v2 against the remainder of 4 bros? Quickly switching to a DBS, and he gets a quick takedown on Gatsby. However, the revenge is served cold and fast at the hands of Clark. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 5 people remaining with 3 teams. It is all going down. The final calm before the storm. The final showdown of the last match of the day. So, what do we got? We got a 2v2v1. Noxus, Redemption, and 4 bros. Gosh, 4 bros in great form here. Durkio dishing out some decent damage there. Unfortunately for him, it was not as much as he was able to take in retaliation. And Gatsby, however, is taken out from Redemption. This could be Durkio's opportunity. Let these two teams duke it out and come in, let those numbers dwindle, secure your second place, and then see if you can come chip away at what little remainder of health the team has. Oh, but time is not on Durkio's side, and it is not going to be easy to work his way in there. Flock really holding off in that dead zone, and he is probably out. Yep, he's out right then and there. So, we got ourselves a 1v2 scenario, Durkio versus Redemption. Ooh, cooking up a nade. Gonna make it rain hellfire. It might hit. Ooh, it did hit very well, but it took Corbear only down to just below half health. Corbear is gonna be able to heal up, no problems there. We see Durkio with one more utility remaining, and I mean, that was a great nade. I'm surprised it didn't do more damage. And, however, his second nade falling significantly short of the mark. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is game over for the day. We have got to give it up. Redemption coming out with a monster performance in the end game here with 10 kills between 3 players, 9 kills between Corbear and Bing alone. That's a heavy backpack for those two. We got Noxus securing second place. Am I mistaken, or did Noxus get second place 3 times in a row? I believe so. Let me check. Yep. Congratulations, Noxus. I would be shocked if you weren't advancing to the finals. So that's one team I know is going to make it. We got 4 bros in third, and that's going to be with 13 kills. Velocity securing fourth with 3. We got the Black Z Souls coming in 5th, and that's going to be with 7 kills total. The Prolific 4 in 6th, but with 0 kills to speak of. Aurora grabbing 7th with 3 kills between Javi and Robin. We got Masato's, unfortunately, kind of a middle ground between rounds 1 and 2 here for round 3, getting 8th place, but doing so with 6 kills, 4 of which go to Colin. One Blood Esports in 9th with 1 kill from 24/7. We got Zero Eye in 10th, but with 0 kills, ironically. The Old Gangsters in 11th, and that's going to be with 6 kills. Sinister grabbing 12th this time around with 2 kills. 13th is going to go to the God Level Bots, but with only 1 kill, that's from Daddy-O. Nucleotide Vendetta, another tough one here, 14th with 3 kills. Zero Remorse in 15th with 5. I know I got a screenshot, but whatever. And 16th is going to belong to the Lycans with 4. Road to Death. Wait, did I already say Road to Death? If I did, you guys know which team I'm talking about. Road to Death in 17th with 1 kill from Prince OP. We got 18th going to Just Esports with 0 kills. And lastly, coming in 19th, it's going to be Wings on Fire with 0 kills. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you so much. You guys absolutely showed up, and it means a pathetically large amount to me. It means so much. I am trying to turn this into a career, and it is a slow grind. I'm 3 years in, but yeah, I am starting to see some progress. But when I can have people come in and support the event, support their clanmates, it is transitively support to me as well, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe to my YouTube. I am going to be uploading pre-made content exclusively to YouTube, as well as hosting some cash game YouTube exclusive rooms as well. The codes will be only up for a very short period of time and will be seen on YouTube alone. And it will be, kind of first come, first serve, but there's no way I will allow any other platforms to view it. So, if you're not following my YouTube yet, please do. With that being said, guys, thank you so freaking much. we are going to be back at you. Let's see. Looks like, I guess I didn't put it on here. Well, essentially, I was going to come out and just say the next date. Let me pull it up. I'll just go ahead and do this. May as well. I need it for next time anyway, so. Don't have it. All right, well, in that case, I got to add it to this computer. But do be aware, ladies and gentlemen, we still have 2 more qualifiers ahead before we duke it out for those $450 finals. Let's see. It will be on. One moment. A little tough for me to find it here. Boy, RedEyes is struggling right now. Okay, so we just had our Group A qualifiers today. Coming back at you in 6 days will be the Group B qualifiers at 8 o'clock EST. That's Wednesday, 12/14. And following that, Group C qualifiers will be on December 22nd, Thursday, December 22nd. That's going to be 2 weeks from now at 8 o'clock EST. And then, ding, 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 ladies and gentlemen, on December 30th, New Year's Eve, we are going to be hosting our $450 finals. It's going to be 8 invited Tier 1 teams, and I'm not going to say who they are until the day of or maybe the day before, but you can expect some heavy hitters. And if you've known anything about my event, you know it's going to be sweaty. So please, 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 please do be sure to continue this level of support and come support me on Group B and C qualifiers and especially finals. All right. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have yeah, I think what I'm going to do is raid a friend, and then I'm going to go live for my own personal gameplay. And if you guys are interested in watching Potato do some potato things, it would mean a lot to me to have your support. Let's see. Yeah. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have a great night. Have fun, be safe, and be kind to one another. We'll be back at you pretty shortly. Codes chat, codes chat. There we are. Oh, it is closing in. Thank goodness. Well, here we go. Next. And I just... Oh! Before I've taken down quickly there, leaving Menace the last hope for the team, and Menace is out of there. The midst of Noxus. Dude, I am really struggling with my words today. Aves, Javi, DGNA, Chills, Dump. If you guys don't mind, please go over to the Twitch. It's where I'm trying to congregate the viewers. Not able to quite catch a line of sight. However, it looks like Road to Death is going to be doing some work off in the distance, getting a knock on somebody. And it looks like Sanana has got a little bit of utility, so it's going to come into the range. Hellfire on him, not getting quite up there. However, taken down immediately. All right, Road to Death going after the likes of 4 bros in the distance. That's going to leave everything riding on Beast alone, outnumbered, outmanned, and outgunned. And it is going to be the boys from Road to Death getting the victory there. They're going in. Let's get a little eye on it. Oh, they're out of there. Nucleotide Vendetta now with 1 kill. 0 more. Whoa! Jadeson with a nice distance shot from the bridge. Owen is doing work, and boy, Aurora catching wind of Zero Eye. It's going to be Lunatic, or Lotic, taken down. And then PPYO follow. Literally riding on Skull and Gade. Getty. securing a thirsty retaliation on a bit of a rough go as Obvious taken down. Looney Tunes riding on Payne, Kabir, and Mario. So Payne brought down to about 1 second of overall health and taken down. Leaving things riding on Kabir and Mario. So Kabir taking a huge hit. One brought down to about 1/4 of his health as well. And he does secure the takedown with that UMP 15 in time with the likes of Nucleotide Vendetta. Kabir with a nice high ground positioning, but he's taking quite a hit. And it looks like Borex, well, he couldn't secure a first there, but he really tried to stick that first aid. Utility goes going to come with the range. Hellfire on him, not getting quite up there. However, taken down immediately. Prince trying to head on and finish what she started, but whether or not this is going to happen. Ooh! Nicely done. See that his other teammates, the other teammates from Old Gangsters are joining their teammate here. And yes, they're going to try to make it rain. Hellfire on the rooftop, keeping the pressure on Corvair, and boy, he is taking quite a hit from that last nade. And boom goes the dynamite, all too literally. He is dead. Prince trying to head on and finish what she started, but whether or not this is going to happen. Ooh! Nicely done.